are you excited to date?
Honestly, a part of me is, yeah, I am kind of excited to see how, like...
You're excited? Alright guys, welcome back to the McDermott way.
Only way we know how to do.
What's going on? My name is Chantel.
My name is Jasmine McDermott.
And we are back with another video. Just us two this time. No Steven.
And no special guest today.
No special guest, just
no special guest.
The OGs. Okay, so we asked you guys not too long ago in the community post what other videos you wanted to see from Jazzy and I. And a lot of you, well, not surprisingly, but a lot of you said you wanted to see a video about dating advice I would give Jazzy about dating, all that stuff. And also I saw another question that asked us to do maybe like what I would tell my younger self, Jazzy basically, tips and tricks about growing up and stuff like that. So yeah, we thought we would sit down and do a video about that. I have a few questions for Jazzy in terms of dating. So yes, this is gonna be a very interesting video. All right, let's get into it. All right, so dating. Oh, dating. First, Jazzy, what do you think about dating?
Honestly, I'm gonna say this now, but I feel like I'm not gonna say this later. I feel like sometimes it can be a waste of time, in my opinion.
Okay.
Depends what situation you're in.
Yeah.
Specifically, my term of love. Like if you're in middle school or high school, I feel like it gets in your way because you need to not only get good grades, but also need to focus on your studies and classes a lot of the time. And I feel like dating can be toxic sometimes, especially when you're in high school, because you don't make the right decisions in high school and you're still a teen, and teens don't make perfect decisions.
Yes.
Coming from me, I don't even make perfect decisions.
And you're learning and you're growing, and that's fine. Okay, that is exactly how I felt too about dating when I was your age. So, background from my perspective, like when I was Jazzy's age and in high school, I never really thought dating was a good idea, to be honest. Like I didn't think it would. First of all, whoever I was gonna date, it wasn't gonna last, because generally, I'm not saying for everyone, but generally when you're dating in high school, like
the relationships don't last. They only last for like 2 weeks or something.
It's like puppy love. Like it's not, it can be real, but at the same time, it's just very like young love type thing. So I never thought I was gonna date. I never thought dating was like necessary in high school. So I kind of stayed clear of all of that. And so that was just, in terms of dating, how I was in high school. Obviously I had crushes. It's natural for any girl, boy to have a crush on whoever, like their peers and whatever. So definitely had my fair share of crushes, but I didn't act on anything. I didn't date. I just thought it wasn't like, I thought it was a waste of time, essentially what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then cut to when I was out of high school and I was in university. That is kind of where it started for me. In terms of figuring out what I like in a person, figuring out like even how to date, because no one really tells you how to date unless you go on Google, right? And so that was definitely something that I had to figure out, or I'd ask my friends, like, what do I say? What do I do? Yeah, dating is a very interesting experience, I'll say. So first off though, when you do start to date, I would say you obviously want to look for like someone who's right for you.
Exactly.
Right?
Because not only taste, but also the personality. I more so go for the personality. I'm gonna be full and honest.
Yes.
I don't care, but I do have a preference of what I do want and I don't want.
Can I ask you what's your preference on looks?
Alright, sure.
Okay, what's your preference?
So, sorry for all my redheads watching, but I wouldn't date a redhead.
Okay. I don't put that in. Okay, in terms of what you like, what's your preference?
Oh God.
Do you like someone who's tall, someone who's short,
honestly,
someone who's...
I like someone who's tall because I'm short myself.
So you want someone at least taller than you?
Yeah, because I don't know, if someone's just shorter than me, it feels weird, but I feel bad because whenever someone is shorter than me, I want to make fun of them because I was always the shortest in groups. Literally.
That's exactly how I feel too, because as everyone knows, I'm really short. I'm only 5'1", and so anybody smaller than me or my height, I'm sorry, it's just too short, right? But yeah, okay, so you have preferences, and you said you were looking for more personality, which is very important. Yeah.
If someone if someone's the most gorgeous person out there, and they're gonna treat me like garbage or something, I wouldn't take them. But if someone has like the worst look in the book, honestly, but if they were so nice,
the worst look in the book.
The worst look in the book.
Okay.
But if they were so nice to me, treated me with so much respect and love, and they were honest with me from the start, then obviously I would keep them.
That's the thing, and I think it's important to recognize that you need to be looking for more so personality, how they're gonna treat you at the end of the day, rather than looks. I always say looks are secondary, because especially if you're gonna be with that person long term, those looks are gonna fade, honey. Them looks ain't there forever. And so, but that personality and how they're going to treat you and be around you is so important, right? All right, so when you're looking for someone, like we said, look for the personality. Okay, so next tip I would give you in terms of dating, especially at your age, I would say that you shouldn't be dating just to date. So essentially, don't be peer pressured into dating. You only want to do it when you're ready, right?
That's what I noticed.
Yeah. Right? If your friends are saying, oh, Jazzy, you should go on this date, or oh, Jazzy, this person likes you, and you're not ready for that.
That's happened to me a lot of the time.
That happened? Okay, story time. What happened?
But I didn't bother. I was like, hey.
Someone liked you?
Yeah, someone did like me.
And you just weren't into it?
I wasn't into it.
Okay.
And they were like, oh my God, someone likes you. I'm like, I'm not ready.
No, and that's okay, because I know a lot of people will try to pressure you into being like, just go and see, you know? But if you're not ready, then don't do it. There's no harm in just waiting for that perfect moment, you know? And I will ask you, Jazzy, in terms of your friends, are they dating? Do you feel pressure at all to date?
I know, I'm pretty sure a lot of my friends did date, but the relationships did not last. They are still crushing, but I'm not gonna say anything about their personal life, obviously.
No.
But they do have crushes. They did date.
Yeah.
In school. That's really no big deal to me.
Okay. And you don't feel because they're dating, you have to date?
No, I don't feel like that, honestly. I never felt like that, honestly. I've never felt like an outcast if all my friends had to date.
Yeah.
I never felt like that.
That's good.
Never.
So you're already on track with the mentality and the mindset of being a strong young lady, knowing what you want, because Jazzy, you're very intelligent, and so I know that all these outside forces in terms of peer pressure and stuff, they're not gonna get to you. Not at all. All right, tip number 3 that I would give you, Jazzy, is always when you do start to date and maybe you've found yourself in a relationship, you definitely want to make sure that that relationship is going to be healthy. And so obviously you need to lay the foundation of trust, communication, definitely figuring out your feelings and knowing how you actually feel about the person, which is very important, because the last thing you want to do is ever be in a relationship that's toxic. And that doesn't even have to just deal with romantic relationships. It's also with your friendships, right? And I think you know how to deal with friendships that maybe aren't going in the right direction.
Because I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
I've been in a toxic friend group actually when I was in grade 7. So I know what it's like, and I know how to let things go easily.
Yeah.
I can let something go and forget about it a while, so really it's I've gotten used to it, so.
And you can tell when a relationship like or friendship isn't right for you. And so because you already have that skill within your friendships, I don't think it'll be hard for you in terms of romantic relationships to figure out maybe what's toxic or what's not healthy and then what is going to work for you. Guys, make sure your relationships are healthy, not just romantic, friendships as well. Okay, so now we've kind of talked about like the advice I have in terms of like making sure relationships are healthy, making sure you're not influenced, whether it be by friends or romantic partners. But I want to talk about like what do you actually do on a date?
Oh god. So like
okay.
what would I do on a date, or?
I know that you're young, so this won't happen for a while, I hope. And if it does, I just hope it doesn't. Anyways, so while you're on a date, it's definitely awkward, I'll say.
It's definitely got to be awkward on the first date.
It doesn't have to be awkward. I mean, I always learned if I'm awkward, the situation's gonna be awkward. But for me, like myself, I'm just an awkward person sometimes. And so managing the awkwardness of the situation and then like also trying not to be awkward is hard, right?
Yeah.
And so when you're on dates, like it's important to have confidence. And I'd say you have confidence.
I do.
Jazzy has like a lot of confidence. Like you are shy in some ways, I would say, especially around the larger groups, but it doesn't take you long to warm up to people and it doesn't take you long to show your confidence. So confidence is number one. I would say you always have to know, not necessarily be prepared, but I guess be prepared of what you're gonna talk about, because there's nothing worse than silence. And I'll be honest, me and your father, when we went on dates,
y'all were probably silent as hell.
We were quiet. Okay, story time. I already probably talked about it before, but quickly, after Steven and I's date, he drove me home and it was dead silent in the car. So on top of already feeling awkward, it was just quiet. But are you excited to date?
Honestly, a part of me is, yeah, I am kind of excited to see how, like...
You're excited?
A little bit,
okay,
but not too much. Like,
okay.
I just want to know, I'm more excited how it goes for me. I'm more excited to see how, like, I'll handle a relationship more so than finding me being excited and desperate for a boy. I'm also excited to see what will happen in the future and how I will react and handle the relationship and if I'm ready for one. Yeah.
And I think the number one thing here is to just do it when you're ready. I think that is all you have to worry about, is when you're ready and like you already know. You already have an idea of what to do, who to look for, and all that good stuff. So I think you'll be fine. And obviously, we're all here to help you. Your dad, your mom, me, your stepdad, like we're all here, right? All right, guys, so that is the end of our little dating advice, dating tips video. We hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it.
I enjoyed it.
Right? And Jazzy knows that she can always come to me after. Guys, comment down below what your first date was like, how you handled it. Any dating tips for Jazzy, comment them down below, please, because I feel like my list is not divisive, so she can definitely use the help later on. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and we will see you in our next video. Bye.
Yo, hello, good evening. It's JoJo, Jazzy, Steven. And oh, this Chantel, bacon number 3, she beaming. See, this the famo. We tighten it like some camo. We conquer all our battles, point to contra like some ammo.